Hey there guys, and welcome back to Alex Invests. Today we're going to do an Exro video. It is Saturday and I usually don't film on Saturdays, but today I did promise you guys an Exro video, so here it is. We're going to go through a few things. The first one is we're going to go over a few news articles and see where sort of Exro is heading in commercialization here, and finally some sales, potentially coming up. So we have that. We're going to look at their financials quickly, and we're also going to look at the chart and see where we're headed there. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off by just looking at a couple news articles here and some interesting things to mention. Okay, so this article came out on February 3rd, right? And, at first glance, we don't really get much here, but it's interesting to note this Potentia deal, right? We've talked about it quite a lot in the past, but it was delayed as well. It was supposed to happen a little bit earlier, but again, it was delayed before Christmas. So now we're obviously in that delayed process, right? But we do have the 100-volt coil driver ready to ship to Potentia, so that is really good there. Again, we're moving into commercialization here, but what's important to note is we're not going to have this validation before early third quarter 2021, right? So that's still a little ways away, but what I'm hoping for is that they're going to hit these targets, and again, that brings us further into commercialization here, brings us closer to having some bigger sales coming in, right? Because we have these sales coming in here, and this is part of the reason why we saw a bit of a run lately in the stock, and we'll go through that next. But we have that Land, which is this electric lightweight motorcycle company, is ordering 2,000 units of Exro's coil driver here. So that's going to be pretty good. We're going to start to see at least a little bit of revenues come in, and it's not going to be a lot by any means, 2,000, but again, we could see this number grow, first of all, as, Land Motorcycles grows, but also as this technology is more proven again, and Land, for example, realizes that this Exro coil driver is going to really help them when they install this into their vehicles and really bring them that extra efficiency and that extra power which they're looking for in these motorcycles, right? So that's going to be good. And again, we're just going to have to see where this goes, right? Because we're still in really early stages here. So, you guys know we have no revenues, right, still. But anyways, so again, we're going to see this happen in February 2021. That's good, but what's important to see from both of these articles is just kind of the fact that we're getting to commercialization here finally, and we've been holding for a little while now through quite a bit of consolidation, and that's kind of what I want to show you guys next here, is sort of where we're at right now in the chart, right? This is kind of the almost 3-month chart here, and we came up and I picked up this stock right around here through this consolidation I've just been holding, and I picked up a few more shares down here, but what I really want to show you guys is kind of that we've been in this consolidation phase from the 20th of November all the way to February 5th here, right? And what we see happening now is we're basically almost breaking through our last high here. And if we do see us break through this, then I actually think we might see our next leg up here. I would wait if we see a retest of this. If we come back through it, we might see us come back down. But I think a likely scenario is if we go through here, if we see it bounce off of this resistance level right here, then I think we're going to see sort of our next leg up to, sort of like a $6 range here. So do watch out for that. Again, this could be a bull trap here as well, so be careful with it. But right now I'm not picking up any more shares here. But I did just kind of want to show you guys sort of the consolidation period that we've been in, and what's next for us here. And it really kind of depends on sort of how quickly Exro is going to get these partners going here, and they already have the partnerships, but when are they going to, have the commercialization of this Exro coil driver in order to actually utilize these partnerships, right? And, right now they're staying sort of towards the retail side of vehicles so far. They have Potentia, and they have a couple of motorcycle companies like Land Motorcycles, and that's great. But what we really need to start seeing here is, some actual revenues coming in through the commercialization of these products. And when we see that, then I think that's going to be really big for Exro here. And obviously they're not profitable now with no revenues, and how long it takes till profitability, we've gone through this before in some of my other videos, right? It's going to be around 2023, so still quite a few years down the road. And with that retail side of things, that's good, but I think when we're really going to see a big jump in this price here is when we start seeing those bigger commercial deals coming through, right? For example, C Electric, that their sort of fleet that they want to do there with the Exro coal driver, I think that is going to be one deal that's going to really push them to sort of this next level. And that's kind of some of the things I'm waiting for, because the retail side of the vehicles that they're doing right now with the Exro coal driver, that's one thing. But these commercial vehicles that need or have higher torque here and not as much speed, this is where the Exro coal driver is really going to come in, when they have the validation of the 800V coal driver, for example, and the 400V coal driver, for those mid-sized vehicles. That's when we're really going to see some big revenues coming in here, I think. And that's really what I'm waiting for. So I'm not really doing much with this one except for holding it for the long term. Sure, I'm looking at news and all this, but it's not one that I'm actively looking at here for selling or whatever, because it is just one of those longer term holds for me right now. All right, and now I'm just going to go over the financial statement a little bit, because it seems like you guys quite enjoyed that in my other videos. So there's a few interesting things to note. The first one is we've got $8.3 million in cash here, and this is pretty good. It's a good sign, especially when we go down to their statement of comprehensive loss here, right? This is for the 3 months, this here is for the 3 months ended, right? These two columns here, and then these two columns are for the 9 months ended. We can see that right up here, right? And so what's interesting to note here, let's just look at the 9 months ended here of $6.7 million. That's their sort of loss for the last 9 months, right? And they have more cash than that. So that again is a good sign. That means we're not going to run into any liquidity risks or anything like that, right? So they have enough cash to kind of keep operations moving here and keep everything going up until, we sort of see some of these revenues come in, which again, with the Land Motorcycles deal, we should see that coming soon. With, the Potentia deals on the horizon, again, we'll have to wait till Q3 2021 here to really see some potential revenues coming in there. And again, this might even take a little longer, but still, we have enough cash to kind of move on here and survive for the foreseeable future, in my opinion. And, the other thing is, if they really needed to, they could always, do a share offering or institutional offering or something here, because I do think that, a lot of institutions would be willing, again, here to kind of pick up some shares here, because again, the board of directors, they have a lot of they know a lot of people, again, we have Ford, Ballard Power, and all these people who used to work at these different places on their board of directors here. So I don't think that would be an issue at all. And again, we only have 95 million shares outstanding right now, which is a pretty low number. So if we did see a little bit of dilution, again, I don't think that would be too big of a deal here, in my opinion. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the video today. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment as always. And other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.